Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. I'm Andrew Passaro. He's Nick Dianni. We are through a midweek of Champions League. Europa League is happening after we tape this, but before you guys hear it or watch it. So we're in a weird time vortex there. Let's call that time zones. But we have a big weekend. We've got a big weekend of rivalry games. We've got a big weekend in the Premier League. We've got El Clasico this weekend. Napoli Inter, which is I think 2 versus 3 in Italy. A huge game. We'll talk about it. We'll be betting on it. And then 3 very fun games in the Premier League to talk about. Nick, are you excited? I'm excited.
Very excited. Good to be back. I think we're finally starting to heat up as a unit. I think 4-1 last week for me, so feel pretty good about that. Let's carry it into the show.
All right, Manchester United take on Brighton. Here's the thing. You know that Manchester United have lost 6 of their last 7 league games against Brighton. That's double the amount they'd lost against them in their first 17 meetings. Brighton have won 3 straight at Old Trafford. And I'm not, look, I'm going to be the bitter Liverpool fan here and say Manchester United didn't win on Sunday. Liverpool lost.
Agree.
United very much could have given. I think Liverpool had 3+ expected goals, and another team that's more clinical on their day beats Manchester United. I think Brighton can be that team. Give me Brighton team total over 1.5 at +138. They've hit that in 6 of 10 this season, including 3 of 6 on the road. I like Brighton to get some kind of result. Draw no bets +154. They're undefeated in their last 5. I think that's a free play. And then I guy that we hit on last week, I had Brian and Boyma 2 shots on target. He hit that in 27 minutes against Liverpool. Anytime goal scorer +190, 2 shots on target +220, or scorer or assist +110. The only team he has a better record against in the Premier League is Southampton to Brighton. He has 3 goals, 3 assists, and 6 appearances against Brighton, and those 6 have coming in his last 4 starts. So this is a team that he's played well against. I think if there's a Manchester United player to kind of target, it's him. I've seen Cunha just kind of be wasteful, and Buemo is the least. Like, I think he's the most dangerous guy in that front line.
I was just going to say, I think he's been their best player so far this season, or at least most impactful. So I'm with you there. I'm with you on a lot of what you said. I absolutely agree that Liverpool gave that game to United. I'm okay with it because I hit my first half under and my game under, unfortunately. But I just don't believe in this United team still. So anybody that wants to back right in this one, I'm with you. United still have more goals conceded than goals scored. And I think this is a letdown spot for them. Yes, they have won 2 games in a row. Yes, they do look a little bit better, but I just don't think you come off beating Liverpool and do it again. I don't know. Maybe that's just the cynic in me. So I do like Welbeck for a little bit of revenge in this one. Shot on target is -130. I am willing to drink a little bit of juice on that one. I think that is definitely a good enough number if he is starting in this game to get a shot on target.
Yeah, I like that. He's been really good this season. Like when he's
Last two
healthy
or
for
three
yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah. One of those guys that you just kind of forget about down on the South Coast, and then you look at the stats like, oh shit, he scored 15 goals. And one other thing to remember is neither of these teams are playing in Europe this week. So I know Manchester United have no excuse to not show up for this game, but neither do Brighton. Like they're not playing in Europa League. They should come in and this is a winnable game. Try to get 4 straight wins at Old Trafford. Bournemouth take on Forest. Fun little Sunday of matches in the Premier League now. Forest is playing in Europa League. They also are on their 3rd manager of the season. I don't even know if they have 3 wins yet.
No.
Sean Dyche now at the helm at Nottingham Forest, which in my opinion is a very weird choice, especially with like the attacking pieces that they brought in. Um, I'm, you know what? If there are no Sean Dyche haters, then I probably am no longer living. So you can consider me one of those. I will say, fire manager bump. Both teams to score at -124 is not bad. It's hitting 6 of 11 for Forest. It's hitting 5 of 9 for Bournemouth. Their back line's not exactly like, a pristine back line. They get
No.
into a lot of games with overs. I literally just thought of it this morning. I was like, Forest probably do something here. Bournemouth team total at -130. I don't love the price, but I love the idea of the price. And if you have like a boost, like a 30% boost to get you to even, or you have something that can like, it's right there. Bournemouth have done it 5 of 9. Force have given that total up 7 times already this season. And they hit that total in 2 of their last 3 against a Sean Dyche managed team. And then, I mean, I think Bournemouth win here, and I don't think it's a 1-0. So Bournemouth and over 1.5 is even. Bournemouth and over 2.5 is +160, and Semenyo is +195 anytime goal scorer again on one of the books. So Again, 6 goals this season. I can't not tell you that he missed last week, but he hasn't gone back to back games without a goal yet, without a goal creation yet. So
Okay.
score or assist at even money, I think is on the card this weekend.
Yeah, listen, we've talked about them for 2 years now. And Bournemouth's been good. I mean, they just are. I don't know that they can stay in top four, but I think they're most certainly in top six contention for the rest of the year. So good for them. I think it's an over. I mean, let me just give a bet out right off the top. Over 2.5 is minus 130. You can get a better number by doing any of the combinations that you gave out, but sometimes I just like to take the stress out of it and just hope for 3 goals. So
Yep.
I think that for sure is in play. I am expecting a little bit of a new manager bounce for Forest. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if that means they make it ugly. I don't know if that means they come out and start scoring for the first time all year because I think they have like 4 or 5 goals scored in the entire season. But Forest +1 at minus 130 is also interesting to me. I just think it gives you a little bit of that protection. You buy yourself a couple of results if they lose by 1 goal, no harm done. So I don't do what you want with it, but Forest -1 with a new manager is just staring me in the face. I don't know why.
That's a very bold it's a bold play. But wait, you're saying -1 or +1?
+1, I'm sorry. Forest plus
Okay.
one. If I said
Okay.
-1,
I
I
was gonna
apologize.
say,
Forest
damn.
+1. I was looking at the minus for the odds. It's minus 130. Forest +1 is minus 130.
All right, there
It's
we go.
just, I don't know.
Yeah, we are taping this in the morning. I'll give you that. Forest have 6 goals scored across their cup competitions this year, but only 5 goals scored in the Premier League. So
Yeah.
you're bang on there. Too many games that they've lost, in a shutout. They lost to Chelsea, Newcastle, Sunderland, Arsenal, West Ham, all getting shut out.
Yeah.
Not great. Aston Villa are taking on Manchester City, and suddenly these two teams looking really good right now. Aston Villa 5 wins on the bounce, 8 games unbeaten. Manchester City 9 games unbeaten, 3 straight wins. Aston Villa will play in Europa League again on Thursday. I think they're playing at Go Ahead Eagles. I have them in a parlay. Um, that being said, you can't give me Manchester City -115 money line, and I'm not going to take it. Like that's just I'm done. Like I want to say I'm done there, but
Yep.
City team total at -132. I don't think it's there. Villa have only given that up once so far this season. Both teams have scored over 2.5 at -110 isn't bad. It's hitting 9 of 12 head to head and kind of gives you some cover if Villa somehow steal this game. It's hitting 3 games for both clubs this season. Morgan Rogers shot on target. He's done that in half of his EPL games this season. Is +105. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think if you're looking for props here, you're going to struggle to get anything good. I mean, you could also probably always play Manchester City in a Holland win, but even that's probably going to be even money at this point.
Yeah. I dig it. Listen, you mentioned it. City money line -115. That's not a number we get very often. I'm all in on that number. Good for Villa. They've been better, but they're still not scoring a ton of goals. They haven't looked super impressive. They picked up a couple of wins that they should pick up. City have been great. I mean, I have the lasting impression. I say it all the time that one game they played Tottenham where like I don't even remember City touching the ball. Tottenham kind of bossed them around, and like I think that was more so Tottenham's only really good game
Yeah,
than like in City's only real bad game, right? Like it just happened to coincide. This City team has been fantastic. They're not giving up any goals, and I know I mean nobody's talking about it. Donnarumma's been good, right?
very good.
So good for them there. Haaland has 11 goals. I mean, he's doing his thing. They do probably need to find goals from somebody else at some point. I
Yeah,
mean,
he will get hurt.
will
He
that?
will get hurt at some point this season. They're going to try to play that he doesn't get hurt and miss like 2 or 3 games
Right.
in pockets
But
throughout the season.
in
Be a
this
real
run
shame
of
if he got
form,
be a real shame if he got injured and missed international games in November. That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Be a real shame.
Um, but you got to take City at this number. I just think they are absolutely looking good right now. In this form, you take them, and at that number, you take them. Plain and
Yeah.
simple.
All right, moving on. Napoli and Inter, two huge teams playing in Italy. Your last two champions of the league. Um, a lot of recent 1-1 draws between these two clubs.
Yeah,
By vibes, though, I cannot play the 1-1 draw. Inter look good. They
yeah.
look they look
Starting to
really
figure it out.
good. And I was not a Kivu believer. I think I don't know if I've said this down on this show, so I will ask you. You know the last non-Italian to win Serie A was? You know who it was and when it was?
Probably Jose Mourinho.
In 2010. That is
Yep.
correct. So Kivu not Italian, but Inter money lines plus 140. They've won 7 straight games. Like, have they lost to Juve earlier in the year, kind of getting going. But they have definitely settled into this team that just kind of controls games and wins 3-0. And the vibes just seem to be off at Napoli.
Yeah.
Conte is already out being like, I made too many moves in the transfer window. They're still playing McTominay as a left winger, which is just like it's not. I don't like. It's not working. They got smoked 6-2 on the road against PSV.
PSV.
And this isn't even last year's PSV team. Like this, yeah, there's a lot of talent on that PSV team, but this is not a PSV team that I'm like, oh, I rate highly. That's an okay loss.
Yeah.
Like that's a bad loss for
Yeah.
Napoli.
I mean, I think, oh no, Feyenoord's in first, so never mind. PSV is not even in first. Okay.
Yeah,
Carry on.
yeah. Um, Inter team totals not there. Like I
Oh,
would. It's plus 135. I'd want it a
oh,
little
it's
higher.
there.
Oh, it's
Oh, don't
there.
worry.
They have done it in 8 of 10. So yeah, no, it's probably there. Um, both teams to score at minus 124. It's hitting six
Also
of
there.
10 for Inter, and it's hitting 5 of the last 6 for Napoli. What are your thoughts here? I mean,
Well,
is
yeah,
this an
the
Inter
game
win?
it didn't hit for Napoli is the game they didn't score in. Napoli have
Right.
given up a goal in 8 straight games.
Damn.
Napoli have given up goals to Torino, Genoa, Sporting, Pisa, Fiorentina, who have no wins this year.
Yeah.
Napoli's defense is not good. Plain and simple. Conte, listen, we're going to have a conversation. He is probably the most overrated manager in the game right now. He does some things very, very, very well. He has his title. I can't knock him domestically for what he does. He can't sustain any project. People talk about this beautiful, wonderful run he had with Italy where he won no trophies and oh, but they beat Spain and Belgium. Okay, cool, dude. Oh, he had a terrible squad. He picked the fucking squad. Don't tell me he had a terrible squad. He was the manager who picked it. So I'm a little bit over Conte talk right now. Spent a ton of money and now he's using that as a
An
negative.
excuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck out of here, dude. So I'm not with that. I will say that it looks like I've been wrong about Inter. I didn't think they had what it takes to be this good this early under Kivu. This is a guy with not a lot of experience, knows the league, played for Inter for a long time, but not a great coach by any measure. I don't think at this point. He's rejuvenated that front line. He's getting goals from 2 young strikers that they brought in. Well, one was their player, but they capped, and the other
Right.
one they brought in. Um, and the midfield, even though it's has a combined age of 112, somehow they still look pretty decent. So I've been impressed. Inter team totals there for me. Plus 150, I got it on Hard Rock. I locked
Oh
it in
shit.
yesterday. So, I mean, I don't know how you don't take a stab the way Napoli are bleeding goals right now. These are two teams somehow with the same record that are trending in completely opposite directions. And I think if Inter win this game, I don't know that Napoli can mentally recover from it. I really don't. I know it's early in the year. We're on like match day 9, but I just don't see a scenario where Napoli lose this game. They lose 3 out of 4 in the league. Champions League is not looking good for them. I don't see how they can recover. I think Milan are here to stay. I think Inter have shown that they're here to stay, and Roma are going to be right in it. So Napoli still probably make top 4. I think that's probably their goal, but they cannot recover and repeat as champions. I think mentally if they lose this game.
Little Kivu, I was unfamiliar with your game insert meme there. They've been
Yeah,
good. They've been
what can
really
I
good.
say?
I mean, and the other thing too, it's like you're seeing them just rip off these 3-0 wins. They're comfortable. They're on the ball for 70% of the game.
Yeah.
And then they pop up with a goal in like a flash. They'll score 2 goals in 8 minutes and then the game's over. So it's like, yeah, Milan derbies are going to be fucking crazy this year. I don't remember when the first one is, but should be soon. And speaking of derbies, it's the biggest game in club football on Sunday, 11:15, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Barcelona getting a lot of wins lately, but giving up a lot of goals along the way. Gave up another goal to Olympiacos along the way. Um, that being said, I don't give a shit. Give me Barcelona. They've won 4 straight against Real Madrid, and I know This has been Xabi Alonso's only thing that he has come in to do. Well, it's to win something, but also like they have to figure out a way to beat Barcelona. And that being said, I do not think that Real Madrid midfield can keep up with Pedri, can keep up with Frankie De Jong. Um, Real Madrid will score goals. Like I think you could play Real Madrid team total over 1.5. I don't think it's really there, but I think this is a 4-2 Barcelona win for me. And I know there's no Lewandowski. I know there's no Rafinha. But like Barcelona will just AI generate another 17-year-old who will
Right.
come in and score a goal. Like and Marcus Rashford's on great form. Lamine Yamal's still doing Lamine Yamal things. Like he didn't even have a particular great game against Olympiacos, popped up with a goal and assist. Um, Barca money lines plus 220. Double chance. Barca double chance and over 2.5 goals in the game is plus 145. I like that a lot. Lamine Yamal, anytime goal scorer, I saw him plus 240. He scored in 3 of the 4 Clásicos last season. This
Yep.
kid beating Real Madrid is in this kid's blood. All right, like those are big swings there. But I'm a believer in this project that Barcelona have going on right now, and that's not to say I'm not a believer in what Xabi Alonso is doing at Real Madrid. I just don't think they have the midfield or the defense to keep up with Barcelona right now. I think there's several key players out for Real Madrid at the back right now, and they're playing Valverde out of position at right back again.
Yep.
I think Huijsen's 50-50 for this game, and it's like all their other defenders are slow, and I just don't think you're gonna be able to keep up with the tiki taka of Barcelona.
And that's kind of where I'm at. Both teams are really, really injured, but Real's injuries are in a more critical place. I know it's at home for them. I would understand why the odds are where they are. Real are top of the league. If you want to take the league leaders at home in a derby, you will get no argument from me. However, I always like to take the underdog in a game like this. I would normally say toss the standings out. Standings are really close. I would normally say toss the form book out. Like you said, Barca winners of 4 straight. I just think Barca double chance minus 130. I don't understand how you don't take it. I think they are more than good enough to walk away with a draw. I don't know that there'll be a draw in this game. Probably somebody wins it, but um, give me Barca with a little bit of protection, and you have to go with it. Like you said, just every single game, I look at a box score and I see somebody I've never heard of with a goal.
Yeah,
Real Madrid don't have that luxury. I just don't think they do. They made a couple of signings. They have some good young talent, but do they play? Do they make an impact? Like I don't know. I will say Xabi's done a really good job. Mbappe looks like it's his
he's
team, right? He's
yeah
gonna,
he's
I think we've made that clear that hey, I will be taking on the goal scoring responsibilities. I think Arda Guller's looked really, really good for them so far this year. So I think it's going to be a battle. This doesn't decide the league for me. I think this is going to go very much to the end, but the form that Barca are in right now, the way that they score 3, 4 goals a game, got to give them the edge in this one.
one other thing I want to add. Real Madrid, and again, this is not me being a Real Madrid hater, but Real Madrid haven't played a ton of big teams yet. They had one big game. They went to Atletico and they got
Whomped.
waxed,
Yeah.
waxed by an Atletico Madrid team that I am not the biggest believer of. Um, and I know that's Simeone on his day and whatever, blah blah blah. But like Hansi Flick
Yeah.
has a lot of days. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so, yep, that will wrap it up from us. Both teams to score parlay on Saturday. I am still tinkering with this because it is Thursday morning. I usually have a little more time to fully flesh this out. But the early thoughts are plus 290, Frankfurt versus St. Pauli. Frankfurt give up a goal in like almost every game. St. Pauli, I'm a little worried about them scoring, but that Frankfurt team they're gonna finish top four in the Bundesliga, but like
Yeah.
over three and a
Defense
half
bad.
in every game for them. Monaco Toulouse. Monaco, it had failed to hit in all but 2 of their games this season until they played Tottenham and now it's 3 of their games. I don't know much about Toulouse. I just know that Monaco are usually good for giving up a goal. And then Brentford Liverpool has to be your last one. Um, Brentford to score first, by the way, is I don't know what the number is, but it's got to be free for the weekend. So, um, that is it for me. We will be back. We haven't talked about if we're going to do a podcast next week. We'll figure it out. There's no midweek prem, but there's midweek. I think there's midweek Serie A. I think there's Copa del Rey, there's DFB Pokal, there's EFL Cup into the round of 16. I think there's enough games. If we wanted to do a podcast, we will. At the minimum, definitely check Patreon at the Plus Money Pod on Patreon, or I think it's just the Plus Money Pod on Patreon. And check the Twitters and whatnot, and we'll have picks at Andrew Passaro at Nick Dianni. We'll be back for you at some point next week, either next weekend or next Monday. But be on the lookout. Until then, best of luck, everybody. Gamble responsibly, and we'll see you next week.